Hey guys, Cody from Icon Automotive. Wanted to jump in on our next fairly big project. This is a new Ferrari SF90 XX Spider. So this guy we're gonna do full paint correction. Paint's in pretty rough shape, which is fairly typical of Ferrari when we see these cars. Not that it's a knock on them, it's just a very hand-built, hand-painted and hand-sanded and hand-polished. And so you get a lot of compound and cracks and crevices. You get a lot of sandy marks. You get a lot of swirls and scratches. So we're gonna fix pretty much everything. A lot of detailing involved before we even start laying film. Probably wash it more than once. We do an initial prep with decontamination. Then we do a lot of detailing in the cracks and crevices. Then we'll do some polishing, and then we're gonna have to wash it again before it even goes onto the film side. Now we're going to do a little bit of paint correction. Once paint correction is done, again, we'll wash it again to get all the dust out of the cracks and the crevices, and then we'll start on the film process. So we're doing obviously full body paint protection film on this guy. We're doing full heat rejection ceramic tint on all the windows, and then we're also doing exterior windshield film. That way, when he does drive it, he doesn't have to worry about damaging the glass. Once everything is done, we'll put a ceramic coating on top of all the exterior film. We'll coat all the glass, and then we're going to remove the wheels and coat the wheels inside and out. So it's pretty much every box that you can check. Full film, full tint, full coatings. So it's just a car this especially, you're going to want it protected. You're going to want it to get cleaned up the right way, which we'll do before we even stick film on it. And then that way he can just use and abuse, which I'm sure he will. Hey guys, Cody from Icon Automotive. Wanted to jump in and kind of do a wrap-up video on this latest project. This is the SF90 XX. So on this particular car, I think they're only making like 600 of them. It's like the SF90, but super more aero aggressive on this car. Pretty radical looking. So this owner decided to wrap the entire car, which makes sense. How rare these are, how crazy it is, and he's actually going to drive it. It's not going to sit in some man cave. So full PPF. So all the green, all the gloss black pieces received paint protection film, headlights, everything. That way we're not having to worry about rock chips, the random small little oopsie scratches, and getting swirls and scratches from just improper washing. So full protection. Some of the details, like on the hood's fairly technical on this car just because of the shape of it. So we remove these carbon fiber vents. That way we can wrap the film inside. So again, we don't have to worry about dirt coming out, but we just want to try and keep it as seamless as we can on a car like this. We try and do that on every car we do here. So again, remove those carbon fiber vents to get a fairly seamless hood. What you will notice on a lot of these cars that have full PPF, if people use a standard kit that they plot on a plotter, which there's nothing wrong with that. You're still covering the paint, protecting the paint. But again, we want to try and take it that 5% farther here. So on this car, we have painted side emblems, side badges, whatever they want to call it at Ferrari. This is like a $15,000 option. And on this particular car, it's on the door, obviously. And on this car, if you were to use a standard kit where the film comes around the mirror, a lot of times the seam is up here on the top part of the mirror, but on this particular car, there would be a seam going across right here in the door, and it would go right in front of that, or right on top of that painted badge. So obviously we didn't want that. So as you can see, there's no seam, there's no relief cut. You don't see any film around the mirror because we're not trying to take away from the beauty of the car. We just want to protect it. So that's another little detail. We didn't go too crazy on dismantling. Typically we don't on Ferraris. A lot of times the badges are bolted to the front and rear bumper, so we A lot of times you just have to remove a bumper to get some of those pieces off. So we don't typically do that on the Ferrari. Some of them we do, some of them we don't. So full PPF looks really, really, really nice. We ceramic coated all the film. So why do we ceramic coat the film? We want it to be super easy to clean and maintain for the customer. We take the wheels off, ceramic coated the carbon fiber wheels inside and out. Again, same concept. We just want it to be easy for the customer or his detailer to keep clean for them. So we put a clear, which is a 70% ceramic heat rejection tint on all the windows. So we're not looking to go super dark. We just wanted it to be protected from the elements, you know, keeping it cool when he's driving it in the summer, and without having to, some people just kind of like the OEM look. So this 70% film is a real nice option for people who just want it to be clean and protected without having to look tinted. We did exterior windshield film, so that way if and when he is driving it and something happens where he gets a rock thrown up at the windshield, we have a layer of protection there for him. And one of the final details, there's a lot of carbon fiber on the inside of this particular car, so we put paint protection film on all the door panels. We did some dash pieces, any high traffic area like on the steering wheel, and then the center console where it has like a satin carbon fiber or a dry carbon fiber. We put a satin PPF on all those panels, so we're not having to worry about, again, someone's watch or ring accidentally scratching the carbon. If it does anything, it'll just happen to the film. So the carbon itself will be protected. So pretty much everything that you can throw at it, checked all the boxes just to make sure that, you know, he can just use and abuse the car as he wishes without having to worry about having issues with the paint or the carbon interior pieces. So yeah, really cool car. Challenging project just because we try and improve a little bit every single time. You know, we don't claim to be perfect. We just try and get it as good as we can and support our customers. So that's it for this project. If you guys have any questions, please holler, but we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.